Welcome to the Tattoo Room Unfiltered. I'm the host with the most, Devon Leroy. Today I got my friend Clyde back on the couch. He gonna sit there and give us some information about a little situation he had back in the day that he's been fully exonerated from. So we just want to check on him, make sure everything is okay, and then we're gonna turn it over to Clyde real quick. Clyde, how you doing today?
Wow,
Clyde?
thank you for having me back, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I guess you really think my story got some interest to the people, but
yeah.
And a lot of people have asked me to write a book and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I would suggest too, man.
I haven't had the time, man.
Yeah.
You know, with all the work I do, I just really haven't had the time. I really need to sit down and get this because I need some memoirs because I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old.
Yeah, hopefully this will help with a start, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, as far as the memoirs, and then, you know, maybe somebody might pick you up for a book or something, or a movie screening. But just so everybody clear, I was in the barbershop getting my hair cut, and it was just brought to my attention that I don't even remember how we was talking about. Oh, actually, yeah. I was telling them about the podcast, and I was telling everybody who I was interviewed. And then when I mentioned you, they was like, man, you know, did he talk about when he killed the police? And I was like, man, what is you talking about, man? Clyde ain't killed no police officer, because I wouldn't think you'd be here right now. You know, so then when I asked you about it, you was pretty honest, you know what I'm saying, which I appreciate. But you said that it was a self-defense case.
Yeah, it was. I was in the game, you know, younger. I was in drugs, dealing with drugs, and today I got 26 years clean in recovery. But back then, in Alabama, I was caught up in a mix dealing with drugs and prostitution, and a lot of things was going on in the city of Birmingham, Alabama. And what happened was one of my friends who was a police officer, white guy, it was on the take. We was able to work and sell our stuff as long as we paid them off, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried to rob my baby mama.
When you say they, you talking about the police,
Well,
or
the police?
or the people?
The police tried to rob my baby mama. And he was my boy. And I'm sitting in the car. They don't see me.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the car because I'm sitting there smoking crack in the car.
Okay, yeah.
And I see what's going on, and I got my pistol on me. And when he hit her, she had on heels and everything. She came out the door, and he was trying to get the money. She said, "I ain't giving you shit. You know, talk to my man."
Yeah.
And when she did that, he hit her with this flashlight that made her. She's real little and stuff. And she hit the ground. And when she hit the ground, I just came up and shot her.
Yeah.
The thing of it was my disease. You know, I probably could have got away after everything, you know, but my disease told me to rob this fool.
Yeah.
I shot him in the head and he was dying, and I went in his pocket.
Yeah. Well, see, personally, you know, I think when him trying to rob you, and then just y'all being friends, like you saying, it's just kind of, you don't see the police at that. You're not even the officer at that moment.
Right. He you know, I've been messing with this guy for a couple of years, and we was doing some illegal stuff and everything like that. And what happened was when I shot him, I went in his pocket.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I didn't even get away. I went to the projects.
Yeah.
You know, and they put a ransom out for me, and they had
the police?
The police.
Oh yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, they put a ransom out for me.
They ain't playing with you, man.
Most wanted and everything, and when they put that ransom out, you know, they told on me. You know, they told where I was. SWAT came in there. Caught me sleep, you know. I'm lucky they didn't kill me.
Yeah.
I got an angel that's been sitting on my shoulder, man. And I went to trial. I didn't have no money. Had no defense attorney. Went with a public defender on a murder trial. Fought it for 2 years. You know, they sentenced me to death.
Yeah.
In Alabama.
Yeah.
My first year in prison, I was a fool. the girl that she had just had, she was pregnant, she had a baby. We had just had a little son.
Yeah.
That's my son that died. Remember my son that passed.
Yeah.
She had just had a son, and what happened was while I was in prison, of course the girl left me after I, you know, I'm saying
the one that you were protected.
The one I was protected. She started, you know, the drug game had got to her, and she had a baby by another guy and everything.
Yeah.
And I was in prison acting a fool because I'm down in Alabama. That means I'm not getting no visits because I didn't really have no family there, nothing like that. Nothing like that. And what happened was I was right. I started acting right after a year, realizing that my life, this is it. You know, I'm in here 23 hours a day locked up.
Yeah.
And I started reading my discovery and seeing all the lies that they put out there and everything.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, going through it and marking it up and taking notes and I started writing letters and I wrote people all over the world, wrote churches, synagogue, defense attorneys, defense organizations and things like that. None of them, you know, they sent me letters back. Churches would send me Bibles, mosques would send me Qurans.
I was just want you to talk to God.
You know, I was just about to give up.
Yeah.
And I wrote Minister Farrakhan in Chicago, where I was from. I never wrote anybody here in Chicago. I was writing people from all over the world. I grew up in Chicago, so I knew what was going on.
Yeah.
But I wrote Minister Farrakhan, and I met some brothers down there and that were Muslims in the Nation of Islam. And I wrote him, and he sent some lawyers from Atlanta, Georgia, over to speak to me. And I met with them, and they came about 4 times, and before they decided to take my case, they came about 4 times, and I was bringing all my legal stuff with me, showing them what I had found, and because I had really found all discrepancies in my case. I just didn't have the legal terms.
Right, because that's how they usually trick us. You know what I'm saying? The wordplay that they use is completely different.
So I didn't have all that. So they took my case, and the deal came that, okay, I went in the police officer's pocket. I had served up to 9 years with the 2 years in the county jail going through trial there. It became up to 9 years.
Oh, so you went to prison for a little while then?
Oh, yeah, I was in there.
Yeah, okay.
Some of my life. And what happened was they turned around and said, well, we give you the robbery. It's time served.
Yeah.
And I still had to be on probation. They dropped the murder.
Yeah.
But gave me a robbery because I robbed a dead body.
Yeah. So what led them up to dropping the murder for you?
Because discrepancy was going to turn the police station. Alabama police are crazy because they knew I had so much stuff on them. Yeah. You know, and they decided to make the deal. You do.
Yeah.
We give you time served, and I don't know if you ever heard of a floater.
No,
they don't
not
do
a legal
that
term.
In the court system no more. But at that time, they gave me a floater.
What's that?
Float your ass out of here.
Don't come back to Alabama.
Don't come back.
Yeah. I can see that though.
They gave me that.
They don't want you back down there.
They wanted to know where I would go. I told them I would come back to Chicago and stuff. My family got involved. They helped me get back here. The thing of it is, I would still be on parole. I had 3 years of parole. Okay. So, but they was gonna transfer the parole back to Illinois. Yeah. So when I did get released, I had to wait on seeing a parole officer.
Yeah, up in Chicago,
to
Illinois.
Get transferred, and I had to get a travel permit.
Oh, okay.
Because I was still on parole.
Yeah.
So what happened was, I got high.
Yeah.
Because what's the first thing a man want to do when he get out of prison? He been there 9 years.
Yeah.
He wants some sex.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to date a woman. I didn't know how to come in. All I knew I was buy a woman some drugs, and she get busy, right? And when I was in prison, and after I got off the road, I had to go to population first before they didn't just let me out of death row.
Yeah.
I spent about 6 months in population while they was working this deal out. After they dropped the murder, they had put me in population while they, So when I got in population, I met some guys, and we was going out on the yard, smoke some weed. They had weed, so I was looking out while they rolled the weed up. And we going out on the yard and smoke some weed. And I had seen these guys come in there, white guys, with some Dunkin' Donuts. And I've been locked up 9 years. I ain't had a Dunkin' Donut.
There was some more inmates?
Yeah, no, they wasn't inmates. They were free world people.
Okay.
Because in Alabama, everybody wear white.
Okay.
They had on jeans and stuff. So I'm like, who is these people?
Yeah.
Where they going? All I see is these boxes there, a couple of dozens of
donuts.
And they said, oh, don't worry about them, man. Them dope fiend people.
Yeah.
And then they call for people to line up that want to go to the Narcotics Anonymous meeting.
Okay.
So I got in line. I said, fuck it, y'all go smoke the weed. I got in line because I wanted a donut.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
for sure.
it was my introduction to a meeting, which I wasn't in there for no damn meeting. I was in there for the coffee and donut.
Yeah.
And what happened was I would go to this meeting once a week that they would have. Later I learned that was H&I.
Okay. What's H&I for the people?
That's hospitals and institutions.
Okay.
That's mean that they come, free world people go into these hospitals and institutions and try to introduce the program of Narcotics Anonymous.
Okay.
So what happened was dude turned around and I would go to these meetings because I get these donuts.
Yeah.
And they always bring donuts to these meetings, and I would sit in the back and I would listen to them tell their stories and stuff. I wasn't talking. Because one of the things was I still was, in court, and my lawyers told me don't talk about your case.
Right,
so I couldn't even talk about my case at the time. So I couldn't share nothing.
Yeah.
I wasn't sharing nothing. So I just sit in the meeting.
Yeah, because you don't want to do that in jail either.
Damn donuts and get my donut. And one of the guys that came in, he told me when I did finally, they was getting ready to let me out, and I knew I was going home. The next day, I went to the meeting the night before I got out, and dude told me, he said, man, when you get out, go to a meeting.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't really think I was going to go to no motherfucking meeting.
Yeah.
So I got home in 95, and my mama, I'm 35 years old, living in my mama's basement.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been back home with my mama, but I had nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
I left my mama's house when I was 16 years old, and I ain't been back.
Yeah.
So now, here I am living in my mama's basement. And the Bulls was winning. That's when they had the Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan.
Like mid-90s?
This was when, this is 95. This is when the playoffs.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm going with my little brother to watch the game.
Yeah.
My mama give me a few dollars, because she didn't want me to get in no trouble or nothing. And I go to my brother's house and I'm going to watch the game, And I gave my brother $40 to go get a case of beer so we could watch the game, drink some beer. And he come back with some rocks.
Oh, man.
He said, man, don't you do this here. So I looked up, 'cause I never got high with my little brother.
Yeah.
I never got high with him.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, what the fuck is he doing, And what happened was he came with these little bitty midgets.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I don't even smoke like that. I wasn't no baller out there, but I didn't smoke like that. And he had an antenna little thing off of cotton. Remember the old cotton antennas that you smoke out of? He had one about that little. And I'm like, I don't smoke, but I put the whole thing on there. I hit it, now I'm high, right?
Yeah.
I watched him, and he was pushing it, and he didn't go up to the stove, damn near burnt his face up. you know, trying to get the fire.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I had already got high. But my mom had told me my cousin was a drug counselor.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
so I called my cousin, you know. Then we didn't have cell phones. So I called my cousin, and I was high because she could tell, you know, once I hit that, you know, I can't talk.
Yeah. My dad was an addict, man. So yeah, I fully understand.
I'm telling her I want to go to a meeting. I said, where a meeting at? And she heard it in my voice because a dope fiend know a dope fiend. She said, you don't need a meeting, you need treatment. If I get you in treatment, would you go? I said, sure, I'll go. Because I'm living in my mama's basement, and if I don't like it, I'll escape.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm thinking prison, if it ain't, you know.
Yeah,
so she called me back, and she said, have you ever heard of Lake Villa? I said, no. Because I'm from the south side of Chicago.
Yeah.
We didn't come north.
Yeah.
You know.
But see, that's from, so now like from the last interview, you just kind of filled in the gap up into there, because that's about where we started the last time.
This where
the Lake Villa,
so
this is what you know what I'm saying, led up to all that.
To Lake County, and came to Lake Villa, and got in treatment, and I met a counselor who told me, said, man, if you go back to Chicago, you will use again.
Yeah, most definitely, more than likely. Y'all your people's there.
And I know,
pace fast.
I know all the tricks and trades.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And I had been to the penitentiary, and I'm, to this day, I'm grateful for that, because I probably have been dead right now.
Yeah.
You know, even though I'm old and dying now, but I probably would have been dead.
Yeah,
you know?
But it allowed you to do some great things, though, since then. Since I know you, it's always been great things I've seen from you.
After I got here, remember, I never had a job when I got here.
Okay.
I was a hustler. I never had a job. So when I got out of treatment, they used to bring us back and forth to Victory Hospital, because they used to have outside meetings there. So they used to bring us to Victory, and we would come down Grand Avenue, and I see White Castle.
Yeah.
I wanted a White Castle. So when I got into this homeless shelter, which was a statement center at the time, I went to White Castle and applied for a job because I wanted to eat free White Castles.
Yeah.
And they hired me.
Okay,
they hired me at $6 an hour.
Yeah.
I worked at Gurney Mills at White Castle.
Okay, it's still up there too.
Yeah, it's still there. And then I wanted to go to Great America.
Okay, yeah.
Never been to Great America. So I quit White Castle, applied for a job at Great America.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
And I worked at 13 Seasons as a leasing for a peanut company.
Oh, okay.
And that man made me a manager. And
man, I think you talking about the light skinned dude with the little fro. He had the peanut. He moved it to Gurney Mills.
Yeah.
That's who you was working for.
I wasn't working for him.
Yeah.
It was an Indian guy that owned it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I know the guy you talking about. He worked there too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But I became the manager. I was the hire and fire people and everything, and I worked there for 13 seasons.
Okay, for sure. Yeah.
Then I got into politics, and I got in politics as a. At the time, I still got that conviction on my record.
Right.
But I'm fighting with the state of Alabama to get a pardon.
So is it the robbery conviction?
I got the robbery.
But the murder conviction is not on the record.
Right.
Okay.
So I got the robbery, and I got a lot of dope cases and stuff like that. I'm trying to get a pardon from the state of Alabama. And so it didn't come through. I kept applying, kept getting denied. But after I got into politics out here, I was quiet. I learned a lot. I learned the numbers game. Because Lake County was red. This was all Republican area out here. Yeah. Back then. And so I became a Democrat precinct committeeman. I got appointed first, and then I ran. I got that. Then Jesse White, who used to be our Secretary of State. He wanted he knew he was going to win the election on his second time running for Secretary of State. He knew he was going to win the election, but he wanted the numbers in Lake County to go higher than what they were because they knew this was a red county, right?
Right, okay.
And I worked his campaign. Didn't get paid but $100. I think I got $150. They played me like I don't know.
Yeah.
But they gave me $150.
Yeah.
And I worked his campaign. However, I got a job.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked the first black man to work at Libertyville. When they had the DMV at Libertyville,
Yeah.
right there, I was the first black man to work there.
Okay, for sure.
And I worked at the DMV. They gave me a job working for the DMV. And I had to go through IP, which is like the Illinois State Police.
Oh, okay,
and
the
and
ISP.
talk about my convictions. I had to go through all that shit, and they waived it and let me have a job.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the job working for the Secretary of State, and I thought that was like, man, I never got there. So I worked for the Secretary of State, and at that time I started applying for my pardon.
Okay.
And this time I didn't get denied, but I got on hold.
Yeah.
So it was a big difference then, you know. And I started, because it was so hard to get a job, because I was in recovery, I was making meetings and I was in recovery, and I was looking for jobs at places, and everywhere, before I started working Secretary of State, everywhere I would look, I would get denied because of my background.
Yeah, that's a hard
But
thing
it
for
also
us
had a
too.
question on there. Have you ever been convicted of a crime? And I put, will explain, you know. Yes, because recovery teaches us to be honest in all our affairs.
Right.
Plus, I learned in the penitentiary, a man's word is his bond.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I ain't getting
For
ready to
sure.
lie to you, and then I got to come back with another
Yeah,
lie.
to try to explain
You know,
the
I
lies.
got- I was right up front with everything. And then what happened was that I started, well, what made Massachusetts, because it says, don't answer this question if you from Massachusetts.
Right. Or California, I
Yeah.
think, is the other state on there too.
I was like, no, it was Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
California didn't get their band in the box till after Illinois got there.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I was like, what makes Massachusetts so what makes so,
I
so
always wondered that too.
I researched it and found out Mitt Romney was the governor there
Okay.
with a Democrat house, and he was a Republican.
Yeah.
And they wrote a law called Ban in the Box.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I copied. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I copied, but took Massachusetts out and put Illinois in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the
I
same
feel you.
thing.
Slick though.
I introduced the same bill
Yeah.
to the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
So I was working with, then our state rep was Eddie Washington.
Okay. Yeah.
So I took it, after I wrote it, I took it to Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Eddie, I told him I copied it from Massachusetts. So Eddie took it to his office, and they revised it
Yeah.
to make it right.
Okay.
So it don't look like we copyrighted or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when he did that, but the bill could never get out of committee.
Yeah. Well, we got more felons because of Chicago and more black people in Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they probably don't really want that out there.
Well, you know, you got a lot of Southern senators and state reps that
Mhm.
wasn't going. They
Yeah.
wouldn't get that. Them Republicans wouldn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a Democrat precinct committeeman. Then
Okay.
Eddie died on me. Remember,
Okay.
Eddie died.
Yeah.
So when Eddie died, I took the bill to Chicago to State Representative LaShawn Ford.
Yeah. See, it'd be better off in Chicago.
But
than
still
Springfield.
couldn't get off
Yeah.
nowhere. It couldn't get off nowhere. Then I took it there to State Senator Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Still couldn't get off. Couldn't get
Okay.
off nowhere.
Yeah. So
I used-
this ain't too long ago. This is pretty recent.
No, when he was state senator, this before he
Yeah.
was president and before he
Yeah, but what was that, like
this
2004,
was back
2002?
in, like all the way back in 2000, 2001, 2002.
Yeah, okay.
I used to get in my car with my own money and drive to Springfield.
Yeah.
Today I stay in hotels. I would stay at a motel and drive and stand on the rails down at the Capitol and try to get this bill.
Yeah.
And I would lobby this bill, and I don't have a lobbying license or nothing. But I knew the few senators and state reps, and I would talk to them, get meetings with them, and introduce this bill and everything. Most of the Democrats would go for it, but the Republicans would stop me. And we had We had I think her name was Joanne Osmond. I don't know. We had a state rep that lived out here that would never meet with me.
Yeah.
She would never meet with me. She was a Republican. Matter of fact, she was the majority leader for the Republicans at the House of Representatives in Springfield. She would never meet with me because I would always introduce myself as Democrat Precinct Committeeman.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But just the Democrat title alone kept her from you?
Right.
Yeah.
But
That's
then we had a
unfortunate for the politics.
Republican congressman.
Yeah.
He was a congressman once, and then he lost to Brad Snyder. Then he came back. That was Bob Dole.
Okay.
Bob Dole was my guy. He was a Republican.
Yeah.
But he was my guy. You know, he came with the Tea Party, and he lost after the Tea Party. You remember that phase that came in and went out?
Yeah, real quick.
You know, so then when he got ready to run, I let him know. I had a meeting with him, and I told him, I said, man, you know that Tea Party shit ain't working.
Yeah.
You know, we need you in the community. We need to see your face, get you around. So Bob took my advice.
Yeah.
He paid me. I worked his campaign. I was a Democrat Precinct Committeeman working for a Republican congressman. You know, and no shame my game, because it ain't about Democrats or Republicans, because they all ain't shit.
It's about the
like
politics and the movement.
Best person for the position. This man was showing up everywhere. He was doing everything that we wanted our congressman to do. He was bringing funds back to Lake County. You know, he did do some things, you know, as far as what a Republican do. I went to one of his dinners, and that state rep that was a majority leader in Springfield. Yeah. This was a Sunday. We was in Zion. I'm at the dinner. I'm in shirt and tie and everything. And so Bob introduced me to her and say he's a Democrat. This Clyde McLemore, he's a precinct committeeman. He's a Democrat. So I'm at the table eating with her. Yeah. And I turned around and I said, how you doing? I meet her. She was like, hi. She being real nice, talking to me. This bitch, I sent her all kind of letters and everything, asking her to meet with me. Now she don't know who I am. So
she got the plan dumb on you.
We sitting there eating, and I said, have you ever heard of Ban the Box? And she said, yeah, but I'll never vote for it. And I said, why? She said, because LaShawn Ford got that bill. He called me racist on the floor. I went back to eating. I said to myself, you are, you know. But I went back to eating. I said,
and that's what I'm saying. That the main reason why they don't want to vote for it, because it affects a demographics more than the other.
I asked her. I said, while she was eating, and I made sure when her mouth got full, I said, if I told you I had 35 felonies, would you believe it? She said, oh, no, I'm in shirt and tie and everything. Yeah. You know, she said, oh, no, I wouldn't believe that. I said, I do. Yeah. And I hit a straight face. She said, 35 felonies? I said, yes, I was a crack kid. Yeah. And I used to live and live to use. And when we go to jail, I wanted to get out, I take a deal. I didn't know these felonies were adding up. Yeah, they most definitely
adding
up. Yeah. They would let you out. I got felonies from California, Alabama, Louisiana. I traveled with my drug use, so everywhere I went to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I get some rest, and I come back out and use again. So I said, I got 35 felonies. She said, so I'm telling her, I said, that bill, Ban the Box, I wrote it. Yeah. You know, she said, you wrote it? I said, I'm the author of that bill. I said, would you be interested to be a co-sponsor on it? Because now, at that time, I think I had about 10 or 15 years clean.
Okay,
and I told her about my life and how I changed my life, and now I'm working in this field, you know what I'm saying? And she said, well, I can't take a bill from LaShawn Ford, and I won't sponsor with LaShawn Ford. Yeah. At that time, you know, Rita Mayfield, our state rep, I called Rita on her cell phone on her Sundays. Rita answered. And Rita knew how bad I was pushing that bill. And I asked her, did she know Rita? She said, yeah, and I called Rita, and Rita said that somehow they got together. The bill is not what I introduced, but they did sign it, and it's a law now.
Yeah, okay,
There's
yeah,
a law
they did
now.
some revisions to it.
You know, they did. You know, she took some shit out of there. But,
Yeah.
you know, Republicans
And that's good though, because like you were saying, the felonies follow you. You know what I'm saying? So they don't mind letting you out because you know you ain't finna get no job. You're gonna come right back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a good thing though, man, because that was part of my problem. You know what I'm saying? You gotta admit everything, and even the smallest things for us, you just not gonna get no job.
That's what we talking about. Free Life Now. It's an organization where how long do we gotta keep paying?
Yeah.
For crimes in our past.
Oh man, I think for me personally, they say 7 years. But I remember.
No, ain't no 7 years.
Nah, it's always on there.
You know, more.
For me, how it went, the more I wanted the job, the more likely my record was gonna come up. For a job that it was like, man, I don't really want this. I'm finished. They don't even check.
That's the attitude we take because
they don't even check.
You know what? This is the attitude that they take. Well, in 2015, then governor was Governor Quinn.
Yeah. Okay.
And he signed that bill into law.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. See, I didn't know Illinois had it in there.
Yeah, Illinois got it. Then California got it.
Yeah.
Even then, Bob took me to the to the Capitol, Washington D.C., and I spoke before the Joint Committee about this bill.
Yeah.
About how it affected. I told my life story at the Capitol in Washington D.C.
Yeah.
You know, but we never did get that off the ground, and I don't have that relationship with now our Congressman Brad Snyder.
Yeah.
They won't look at the bill. Like I said, Democrats today, it's all about the dollar.
Yeah.
I learned this when I got out of prison, because I had to learn how to stay out of prison.
Okay, yeah.
Politics
for sure,
is one of the most legal hustle there is.
Yeah.
Politics is. So they use that. We got our congressman today as the 17th richest congressman in the United States. Did you know that?
Nah, I ain't know that.
Yeah, his family, his wife is an heiress to Hunt's Ketchup.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But when do we see him?
Yeah.
Election time.
That's it.
That's the only time we see him, you know.
Because he come from money, so it's easy for him to fund his campaign and make the difference for the people he want.
But he's from Highland Park and all like that.
Yeah.
But he don't come up here, but he represent this area, you know. These politicians, and I tell them just like I'm saying right now. I tell them to their face. If I say it now, I can say it then. And like I'm saying it now, on YouTube, on TV, they ain't shit.
Yeah. Nah, they a bunch of crooks.
You know what I'm saying? And they get mad at me for speaking the truth.
Yeah.
You see, when I changed my life, at 2015, after Governor Quinn signed that into law, God blessed me again.
Yeah.
Alabama gave me a pardon.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And I knew then, I started doing things. My bucket list was to go to Africa.
Yeah.
I went to Africa, I stayed 3 weeks up there.
Yeah, for sure.
I learned about my people.
Yeah.
You know, people had me all scared, talking about Africans don't like Americans, man, they love
Nah, they love us. Yeah.
They love me.
Yeah,
you know?
they love us.
They told me why they knew, because, man, they look just like me. We look alike.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, how y'all know I'm American?
Yeah, just it's some little differences the way you move.
I had an earring in my ear.
Okay.
Men don't pierce their ear, their ears.
Okay.
Men don't do piercings if you true African.
Yeah.
So, man, I came home, I took that diamond out of my ear, I ain't put an earring back in my ear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
I learned about my culture and I saw family in Africa, which makes me want to love my community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I became an activist.
Yeah.
I can be no Democrat precinct committeeman because that keeps me in line with the Democrats. So I'm lying.
Yeah.
I'm not a man of my word. I'm lying now.
Yeah.
I can't be with I'm not a Republican.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't hang out with the Democrats because y'all full of shit too.
Yeah.
It's about
before we get to the other questions, why most black people don't like to be a Republican? Because you know the Republicans freed the slaves.
Yeah, but then you got fools like Donald Trump, who's a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I admire Donald Trump to an extent,
Yeah.
but sometimes he go overboard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like him because he's honest. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like me, he gonna tell you, man, I don't like you.
But he got some
I
other
like that.
flaws.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of other flaws, and the people who follow him have a lot of. The Rude Boys, I mean, what is that? The Rude, what they call them? What kind of boys?
Man, I forgot, but I know them sentences they handing down for that for January 6th.
Yeah,
they get slammed right now. 18 years,
you know
20
what?
years.
And then they had a brother. If you looked at all of them when they turned themselves in, they all got, because in Atlanta you have to have bail bondsmen. They all here bail bondsmen. Here's a brother that runs around because if you go to the South, you still got a lot of black Republicans down there.
Yeah.
You know, Martin Luther King was a Republican.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people don't know that.
And his daughter today, Bernice, is still a Republican. Right today.
Yeah.
So you got you got this brother who was Republicans for Donald Trump. He ran that organization. His ass sat in jail for 4 days. You think the Republicans help him?
Nah, they ain't finna help him.
They ain't help him. But he's willing. He getting ready to go to jail behind trying to help this group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He went to Washington with him?
No, he was part of to try to stop Joe Biden from getting office.
Oh. I don't even understand what all happened with that.
Yeah, you gotta watch all that and understand it. But it was a trip that the brother, he turned himself in on the day that they turned himself in, and he didn't get out. Yeah. But everybody else got out. They all lawyers, so they know what to do and everything. He was just a black man. So we always get the lowest on that. And what hurts me most about black people here in this country, we all crabs in a bucket.
Yeah, most
we all go pull each other away instead of building each other up. Yeah. That hurts me so bad. Yeah. You know, like there's so many organizations out here. I watch them all start, because Black Lives Matter Lake County started in 2015. Okay. Well, none of these motherfuckers out here, nothing but the NAACP. And the NAACP got colored in it, and it was started by white folks, so you know they ain't doing shit. You know, don't get me wrong, they don't. I mean, Dr. LeConte, who's the president of the Lake County chapter of NAACP, I fight with her all the time. Yeah. But she's my elder, so I love this lady. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe in. Matter of fact, I go to, sometimes if I'm available, I'll go to the NAACP meeting. But I will never become a member because it's all about $1 now. Yeah. And see, it wasn't about that. To be a member of Black Lives Matter Lake County, it don't cost nothing. Yeah. You could give a membership fee, a donation.
But it's not required, though.
It's not required.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Back then, them Republicans, because you asked me about black Republicans in the South, because by me being down there in Alabama, I know a lot of black Republicans.
Yeah.
You know, I met a lot of them, and I couldn't understand why they was Republicans. Yeah. You know.
Well, for me, the Republicans freeing them down South would, to me, have a lasting impression on them.
Well, that did. Blacks were Republicans. We had the Republican Party after Abraham Lincoln. But when John F. Kennedy came around as a Democrat, things started changing. Yeah. Things started changing, and blacks got with John. John was more liberal. He's from Massachusetts. So a lot of the Eastern blacks from up here, like from Ohio, New York, Chicago, Minnesota, California, all of them became Democrats. Yeah. But you got the Southern blacks down in Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, rural areas and stuff. It's a lot of rural towns down there. They still Republicans because they have not been educated. They don't know. And that's what I try to, bring that to the youth as far as get knowledge of self. Know where we come from.
Right.
Know who, we just lived over one pandemic, which was coronavirus, right?
Right.
But you know, there were several pandemics in our lifetime. There was a polio pandemic. There was a chicken pox. A lot of people died.
Oh yeah.
Chicken pox, yellow fever.
Then
all these
H1N1.
all these pandemics.
Yeah.
Well, the N1 wasn't as bad as the rest of them was killing people and stuff like that. You know, so it's like I use that as a scenario because I want people to know that it's like a revolving door. How things is happening.
Yeah.
How things is happening. Man, I love black people.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what I want to give. I'm gonna die for standing up fighting for rights.
Yeah.
You know, so when I left the Democrat Party, I became an activist. Because and an activist was a person that didn't give a fuck. I don't owe nobody.
Yeah.
I don't owe nobody. I can say what I want and do what I want. The way I'm talking to you right now, I talk to them congressmen like that. I talk to Barack Obama like that.
Yeah, there's no political ties for you.
I'm Clyde McLemore.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, most definitely.
This is who I am. You know, I only got 1 year of college. I'm not the most educated person, but I do know how to study. I know how to read. I know how to look up stuff. I know how to research shit.
Yeah, that's
you
important
know what
skills.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to look like a fool out here.
Yeah.
You know, so from my activism, I became an organizer.
Okay.
You know, and now I'm just, you know, trying to bring our people together, to educate them on who we are.
Yeah.
October the 6th, we're doing a trip to the Museum of Science and Industry. It's a Monday, kids are out of school. They Columbus Day. Fuck, we care about Columbus.
Oh, see, I ain't know that.
Yeah. Yo, kids are out of school. Well, they call it Indigenous Day now.
Oh, man, that's even worse. You might as well give Columbus the credit.
Right. So what? I want to take the kids to somewhere that they can look at something. There's so many different things in the side because we as black people have been in a lot of stuff. Yeah. You know, one of our cheapest meal you could get is peanut butter and jelly.
Right.
Peanut butter was created by a black man.
Yeah, for sure.
The stoplight was created. Stoplight. When you drive, you get a stoplight, you say red, you stop. Green, you go.
Yeah.
Black man invented that.
Yeah. Mostly everything was, it just got, the credit was taken by the slave owners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he owned the slaves, so whatever the slave do is the works of the master. Tech is what they saying.
But we know the math.
Right.
We know the math that they don't know.
Right.
They don't know. So it's like having keys to a door that everybody trying to get in.
Yeah.
And if we put our minds together, I don't know what's going on now with the street drugs, because everybody like weed. Everybody like weed. And these youngsters, they in these pills, ecstasy and stuff like that. That shit went out when I was young. So I don't.
Nah, I don't never mess with none of all that.
I don't know what it is that got our country the way it is, but we're still under Jim Crow. A lot of people don't realize that.
Well, listening to what you're saying, I'm thinking like the looseness with JFK, it allowed for everybody like New York, Chicago, LA to just be, you know, Chicago and LA got the gang culture. New York is like wild and, you know, supposed to be leading, and it's a lot of media. And so with the freedom, and they start giving them some money, and now everybody else just don't want to do what they want to do.
Well, media control the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in this term black on black crime.
Yeah, I don't believe in it either. Just crime is crime.
Community crime. When whites kill whites, then blacks kill blacks. But I will say that we killing each other too much. It's a community crime because I don't know the epidemic. You know, I always said, I think I told you that, if the clubs jump at night, about 30, 45 minutes before the clubs get ready to shut down,
Yeah.
No more rap music. Play some Anita Baker.
Oh, no, you ain't told me that.
Play the Whispers.
Yeah.
Play the Whispers.
Mhm.
Play some Freddie Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Play
see,
some-
that's why I think your story is so important, because you know when they listen to that type of music, they high and it's telling them things, you know what I'm saying,
All I
false.
gonna do is make them
You know
back
what
to
I'm
a
saying?
woman.
Yeah.
Now, what we might do is start having a lot of babies.
Yeah. Nah,
Yeah.
not these days.
Yeah.
They want to act on them thoughts.
Oh, but shit.
You know what I'm saying? They want to go
You know,
and hurt somebody these
They
days.
gonna be trying to hit. You
Yeah.
know, after they get to slow their ass off some Anita Baker. some Whitney,
Yeah,
you
it's
know
a
what
whole
I'm saying?
change in the
You
mood
know,
of philosophy.
The mood change.
Yeah.
But if
mhm.
you hear shoot 'em up,
Mhm.
I heard I had the radio on. I don't listen to radio that much, and I think it's Lil Baby.
Mhm.
How many people you killed today?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. And then
What?
and then
What
you
did he
getting
just
high
say?
behind it too, though.
Huh?
Then they getting high behind it too. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Right after he say that, I ain't never heard it too much song, but I'm pretty sure he introducing some type of drug, some type of pill he
I
popping.
was like,
Or
wow.
lean he drinking,
When I
you know what I'm
heard
saying?
that, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
It's just phenomenal that our culture has changed so bad.
Yeah.
You know, I do the Clyde McLemore show, and I do it live on Facebook.
Okay, for sure.
And my theme song is Home by Stephanie Mills.
Yeah.
And the reason I use Home by Stephanie Mills is because I remember when I was growing up.
Yeah.
See, the song, if you look, remember the Oz, if the Wiz, if you look at it, it was all a dream, and it was talking about getting back to family, getting back to culture.
Yeah, okay.
Right? You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So when I hear this song, I'm thinking about, well, when I was a kid, I heard my grandmama, we call Granny.
Mhm.
I heard my mama.
Yeah.
You know, I had my alcoholic daddy. Well, he went to work every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was able to go outside and play in the yard. And if I did something wrong, I had to call my mama. The neighbor whooped my butt.
Yeah, I know you ain't doing that no more.
Now you got, if a kid doing wrong and you check your kid, the mama or the daddy coming back, why you checking my kid?
Yeah.
You know, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then the kid sees this when they with the family and see this, and then they figure, well, I can act out. Can't nobody tell my mama nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's their protector.
So the mom don't know, but see, our culture has been hurt so bad all the way back from slavery, redlining, mass incarceration.
Mm-hmm.
Mass incarceration really killed the black family.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because when mass incarceration came around, housing, if the man got locked up, when he got out, the mama with the baby, the man was taking care of the family. So now she got to go to housing Section 8. She can't have a man live there. Man get out of jail. He can't live at home with his girl and
he
the
don't
baby.
got no place to stay.
So he got to go out there and he ain't getting ready to take care of no 2 households, take care of where he living, and take care of
now with
that
no
woman
felonies
with a
on your
baby.
record.
So the dad become missing in the family.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
See, so mass incarceration fucked the black family up a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And now we to the point where we can't even trust each other, man and woman.
And now, this is where all this, and don't get me wrong, and people that watch this, I'm not anti-homophobic or anything like that. You know, this is where all this coming from.
Yeah.
She didn't have no man at home.
Yeah.
She wanted to be sued, so she got with another woman.
Mm-hmm.
Then then you got women that want to be men because the man wasn't there to handle it.
Yeah, they still do. I was just talking to somebody today. She say, I take the garbage out, I cut the grass, that make me the man of the house. I said, make you the head of the house.
Yes.
Not the man. It's the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I cook, clean, fold the clothes, but I ain't the woman of the house. And I ain't trying to be. You know what I'm saying? And that just what's got them all confused. And now they look at us like they raise their sons the same way.
And this is, man, this is the culture that our people are living in. And we need to get back to family.
Yeah.
To marriage. Being there.
Yeah.
Natural birth. You know, these are things, I know I'm going all over, but these are some of the things that goes through my head about black people.
Yeah, it's cool because all of it relates to the same topic, you know what I'm saying? We trying to better our people, you know what I'm saying, get us in the right place and position.
And now we're not the minority no more.
Yeah.
We're no longer the minority. It's only 13% of us on this earth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're not making babies no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Latinos is populating all over the world. They ain't just hitting here just United States, you know. Mm-hmm. Europe the same way.
Yeah, they on the crusades.
You know, they try to get where it's some money at.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't blame them. That's their culture.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard about how Latinos come here in Lake County. Mm-hmm. They rent a 2-bedroom house. They put bunk beds in there. When they come in, and all of them get jobs, you know they get jobs.
Yeah.
They pay that mortgage. They pay that house rent every week.
Yeah.
The person who manages the house pays the mortgage of the house.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're saving money, and they send our money back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, back to Mexico. Well, we don't have nowhere to send the money to, first of all.
We don't know how.
Yeah.
We ain't got to send it. We need generational wealth.
Yeah.
We need generational wealth. We need to build for our family so our children can have something.
Yeah.
But then I wonder about that because our children become lazy and dependable. We want them to be successful and go out there and get their own, but at the same time, they got wealth to come back to.
Yeah.
That's the culture I'm trying to find.
Yeah, it's there. Like, I see sprinkles of it. Like, if you look at the NBA, a lot of their kids are now playing in the NBA, which even though that's the money gets you the access to the training and things, but that's still on the individual to make it. Like, that ain't no easy thing to do.
But I'm talking about more of, that's the NBA, but I'm talking about more of a black family.
Yeah, but see, like, we take that, you know what I'm saying, we just transfer it to other things, you know what I'm saying, doctors, lawyers, stuff like that.
That's why I am boots on the ground for reparations right now.
Yeah.
America owe black people.
Yeah.
They owe what the so-called black America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. And it's part of the reason why I wanted to get you on here, because I'd rather have my reparations in blood, like the song say. Other than that, I don't see them giving us no money. I don't see them giving us no land or nothing like that. I just don't think it's going to happen as much as we asking or whatever.
Well, they're already doing it. California's doing it.
They talking about
Evanston, No, Evanston doing it.
They cut any checks yet?
Yeah, people have got checks.
Okay.
It can be done. You got a lot of free money right now.
Because I know in Evanston,
in Illinois,
you had to, I think you had to be living in there since the 60s, right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But you got Illinois got a lot of free money now.
Yeah.
We got 3 new casinos. They get the taxes off their casino.
Yeah.
We got the gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Then the legalizing of marijuana.
Yeah, and see, even that one, like for me, reparations with that would be like, okay, so I used to grow weed. You know, so I done been in jail for it and everything. So take someone like me. I'm not going to ask you for no loans. I don't need no help. But if you catch me growing it, it should be no problem.
Oh, you can grow it now.
Legally. Now, I'm talking about like they growing it. Like I want to grow 1,000 plants. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to ask you for no loans.
You can't find no seeds.
Oh.
Well, I can't.
Shit. Look, like I'm telling you, I was growing weed. You know what I'm saying? I've been to jail for it and everything before it was legal. They gave me a year probation for it though. You know, so like now they done turned around and made it legal. I wouldn't ask them for no loans or nothing. I start out with the lights. I got 10 lights and just build it up like they do.
Well, I tell you, well, last I checked, it was $10,000 just to apply for a license.
That's what I'm saying. Like for black folks, all that should be waived. Yeah. I could take that 10,000 and easily get me 3 pounds a month with 10,000. Now from that, I'll take that and keep moving and scaling up. And then when I get enough money, I had no problems with paying taxes. But why should we pay the fees when we done been to jail? We done broke our families up all over weed.
That doesn't guarantee.
Yeah, it don't guarantee it. That's just the application fee.
I know a couple of people that spent that $10,000 just on the application and didn't get nowhere.
And then if you get the license, that's another $45,000 to get the license. And then on top of that,
then you gotta buy a place.
Now you gotta buy the place and the equipment.
You gotta have it.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So give me $55,000. I got it, and I'ma just rock myself.
But then these rich white people are using some people as a face for it.
Yeah, that too.
You know? Yeah, and that right there discouraged me, because I even got a call. Somebody asked me out of Joliet that would I be able to stand up and put my name out because I qualify.
Yeah, because they get I think you get in Illinois you get an extra 40 points for minorities or something like that. If you got a minority on there,
no, anybody that's been to prison for any kind of drugs, can get so many points up.
Yeah, something like that. Because I was in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? But I looked at the fees. You want the $5,000 application fee. You want $45. Then you want $90 a year. Nah, man, that's I'm black. Like y'all didn't. Like okay, so I got kicked out of college in 2000 for a half ounce of weed. We was in the room smoking. They came in the room. They knew they came in the room because we was smoking. Now I signed off for a felony, not knowing because I sat in jail for a week. So they was like, man, you sign these papers, we gonna let you out right now. I say, oh, you gonna let me out right now if I sign the papers? Well, what's the deal? What's the first time offenders? You do 2 years probation, it dropped to a misdemeanor, and everything go away. It's still on my record to this day. I can't get a job for a half ounce of weed. But then they want to turn around and sell pounds on pounds on pounds like it's cool. I don't agree with it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with America and this bullshit.
Yeah, that's why after that, man, give me mines and blood.
See, all that's supposed to be waived.
Yeah.
All that's supposed to be waived. But that's America and it's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not just you.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
My case is small compared to a lot of people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the principles of it. You know what I'm saying? To me, it feels like you from the streets. It feels like you on your block selling. Here I come, smack you, take your stuff from you, and then be like, hey, Clyde, I'm going to sell it to you. That's a cold thing to swallow. That's some cold shit, man.
Well, that's just what America is doing.
Yeah, and that's just not right. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, I figured, you know, if they could at least do that, we wouldn't even need reparations. If they just give black people, you know, hey, go ahead, man. If that's what you want to do, you want to go in business, go ahead.
If our families had gotten 40 acres, which was written, see, I'm going to show you how white folks work. Mm-hmm. There's some snakes.
Yeah,
even
crafty.
The ones that smile in our face.
Yeah.
You know, there's some snakes.
Yeah, that's how I look at the Democrats. They the smiling snakes, and the Republicans just the one that's going to flat out bite you.
They're smiling in our face, and they will not produce or, you know, I don't want to. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, no, you all good.
Cause I'll go a whole nother route. We have to do a new show.
Yeah. We could probably come back on the third one.
About white
but
folks.
Let's revert back to the. How did you get in Alabama and mixed up with the police and the lady?
Well,
your baby mama down there.
Well, like I said, I was in drugs and I was hustling.
Mm-hmm.
The young lady was from Birmingham.
Okay.
She was from Birmingham, so we was down there, and the drugs had got us stuck down there.
Yeah.
You know, and me wherever I'm at, I'm gonna make it my home. You
Yeah.
know, so I got down there, got to know people. Hell, she was from Birmingham. I knew more people than she did.
Yeah, you got outside with it.
And then after I finally did get out of there, I went back to Huntsville, Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
after 5 years, with 5 years clean,
Yeah.
to speak at an NA convention. And a group of people went with me because I was
Yeah.
scared to come. And then in 2008,
Yeah.
when Barack was running for president as a candidate, I went back again. I
Yeah.
worked Jefferson County, which is Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
I worked it as his ground crew down
Yeah.
there because they accepted me. The people that remembered me
Yeah.
accepted me because they knew how scandalous, dirty, and grungy I was, and to
Yeah.
see me, you know, built up, you know, not dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real
and
blessing,
clean.
man. Yeah, it's a
Oh
blessing.
man, they rolled out the red carpet for me
Yeah.
down there, you know, and so you know, that's how I got there.
Yeah.
That was my home.
Yeah, for
That
sure.
was my
Okay.
home. I couldn't. I'm not go. I love Birmingham back in the '80s
Yeah.
and the early '80s.
Yeah.
That was my home. It was beautiful down there.
Yeah. Yeah,
It was
for sure.
beautiful down there. I go back now. There's a Civil Rights Museum. Matter of fact, I'm leaving this weekend to go down there.
Okay. Yeah.
While I'm there, I plan on going to Montgomery, Alabama, and take some pictures in front of the Harriet.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
heard what happened on August 23rd, right?
What happened?
Oh, you don't know about the chair?
Oh, you talking about
Yeah, black people stood up down
yeah,
there.
man. Yeah.
I'm going
I heard
down
about-
there
I
to
thought-
the boat.
And I thought you was talking about something
Oh
else,
man.
Yeah, yeah.
See, let me
And
tell you something.
that's why your story is important
Civil
because
rights
yeah,
started in Montgomery, Alabama, really,
Yeah.
because that's where what's the sister name that didn't get up out of the seat?
Rosa Parks.
Parks.
Yeah.
That's where the bus boycott and all that started in Montgomery, Alabama.
Yeah.
So for that to happen in in Montgomery, Alabama,
Yeah.
man, it just whoa on me.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
for
I know
sure.
a lot of young people don't know because they don't know the history. But man, that just
Yeah.
did something to me.
And that's how it was when I heard your story. I had to stop my barber. Like, nah, I gotta call Clyde. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like for the Black Lives Matter. Not that I encourage violence like that. Because honestly, I don't think we even ready to go to war like that. You know what I'm saying? So I would never encourage that for our people. But it's the same effect that they had down there in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? A couple weeks ago. It's like, man, you know, you stood up against the police to protect your lady.
I stood up because I was high. I was
Right,
high, man.
but whatever the reason being, you did the right thing, though.
I did.
in that situation.
But let me tell you something about.
Mhm.
Let me tell you something. And that's what these young kids don't understand.
Yeah,
I used to think I was a hard ass.
yeah,
But to watch a man die
yeah,
at your hands,
yeah.
it hunts you.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the part I wanted to get in with him too, because I know it's some remorse in there.
That's something that I gotta deal with my God.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Even though it was self-defense and all that, but I
Yeah.
took a man's life.
but I think you all right, man. David was a murderer.
You know?
There's a lot of people. Saul was a murderer.
You know?
He's still using you for great things, though. You
Yeah,
know, we got to go through what we got to go through. We got to get through the fire to get that shiny gold. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, I've saved a lot of people too.
Right, right.
And every time I do that, I think I feel a goodness in my heart.
Yeah,
You know, whether it be for drugs. You know, I used to work at the Lake County Jail.
yeah.
I had 150 clients.
Mm-hmm.
60 of them I had that's still working full-time employment, not jobs. I ain't talking about no minimum wage jobs. I was kicking indoors at Walgreens and everything like that. At corporate America to hire these people that was getting out of jail.
Yeah.
Okay. About 16 people went in treatment. People went to, you know, when you using drugs and you go to jail, you get clean, and you really want to stay clean, you don't want to go back to that same environment, because that same environment go draw you. It's like a magnet.
Yeah, that's why
draw
you coming out here was
right?
the best thing
so
for you.
I had to do people like I was done. Like I told you, I met this counselor, told me if I go back to Chicago, I use. Well, if you go back to that same neighborhood, you go use. So you got to try to get you in some kind of housing that you don't have to go back to that same neighborhood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to do that, transitional housing and stuff like that. That the feeling, and out of the 150 clients that I got out of the Lake County jail, only one returned.
Yeah, for sure.
One returned back to jail. Yeah. So that's over 100%. I felt good. Yeah. I felt good, but it haunts me. It haunts me that I still see the jail wall. Yeah. I like to give my story so these youngsters ain't got to do it.
Right. That's why I wanted you to come tell everybody.
You don't have to go to jail. I went for you. I've been there.
Yeah, it ain't no place to be. You know what I'm saying? You definitely don't want to be in there.
You ain't got to go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they dog you up in there. You know, they take your mind. And you can imagine, you know where you can and cannot go in there. Yeah. You know, can you imagine to be locked up 23 hours a day in a cell, only to come out, either take a shower or go on a private yard and just throw the ball.
Yeah, by yourself.
By yourself.
Yeah.
Get some fresh air. No contact. Well, I had contact because they used to let me out and I'd go to a day room. But technically, no contact with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So how did the guards and the inmates treat you while you was in there? Let me tell you something. Because everybody know what you in there for. The road, everybody smooth up in there. Okay, yeah. Right. Now, guards, you get some assholes. Yeah, so you was sitting on death row. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I missed that earlier when you said, I got sentenced to death. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, that's why I was 23 hours in the cell. Yeah. Okay. So you get the guards, you get some assholes, you get some cools. Yeah. You make it, you do your time. Yeah. I learned a long time ago, first time I ever went to jail was at Joliet. Yeah. And you know, you had to go from, well, you don't know, but you had to go from West Sale House to the Child Hall at Joliet. Yeah. And you had to stand in line to go to the Child Hall to eat. And there was a sign that I never forgot what it said. And it said, just don't serve time, let time serve you. Yeah, okay. You know, so I used that. You know, if I got some time, like I've done some bits, you know, I've been in jail. Matter of fact, I got the little college that I did get, I got it in jail. Because I would go to school. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'd do something instead of sit in a cell. Yeah. And I'm not trying to be no legalized slavery. Right. Even though I did go out on a chain gang before in Alabama and work the road where you got a chain on you. Yeah. And y'all picking up paper on the highway and stuff like that. Yeah. I did do that. I did that right before I came home. And, you know, that was something that was my low in the penitentiary. Yeah. That was my low because here I got a gun master standing over me with a big rifle and everything, and I got a white boy pulling me, you know, because he chained up next to me.
Yeah.
And I got to pick up paper that people that threw out on the highway and stuff like that. When they legalized that, I volunteered to go out there. I was in population. It was right before I came home.
Mm-hmm.
And I volunteered because I wanted to get out.
Yeah, just to be outside.
But the dismay in it and how it belittled me.
Yeah.
How I looked at it.
Yeah.
You know, so I can imagine what my ancestors went through.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because I know how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
And we talking in the early 90s. We talking about in the 90s. We're not talking about in the 1800s.
Yeah.
We're talking about in the 90s. So you can imagine how I felt being out there on the chain gang and having to do this down there. And you might pick up some wood or something, and there's a rattlesnake right there. Because you know snakes, they cuddle up
under stuff,
I seen it
Angola
happen.
prison.
It never happened to me,
Yeah.
but I've been out there where somebody went to pick up something, and a snake was right there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like...
Yeah, you know, Angola prison in Louisiana, they still picking cotton.
I don't know about the cotton, but
they got them picking cotton. We could look it up on the Google. Yeah, they outside picking cotton in the chain gang.
Yeah,
same thing. Yep, and farming. That's what they got them out there doing. You know what I'm saying? So, like you say,
that's free labor. They give you a little check. They might give you
that 13th Amendment.
Huh?
The 13th Amendment, working real fine up in there. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so one of the things is that I'll let your audience know is that when I came here to Lake County, I wanted to change.
Yeah.
So I tried to clean up as much as I could.
Yeah.
You know, like, man, some people heard my story. I got arrested here in Lake County. I had a bad day one day. My baby mama had died, and I was going through the courthouse. And me and the police, my phone went off. I had a cell phone. I had one of them old Nextels, you know, that click, chick.
Oh, yeah, the chirps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It chirped in the courthouse. I was at the courthouse. And the police, deputy sheriff came and tapped me on the shoulder and said, I got to leave. But my case hadn't been heard yet.
Yeah.
So I said, let me see a supervisor. Make a long story short, he pushed me and talking about he go arrest me. And I pushed him off of me and I ran up out of the Lakehurst. That was the old Lakehurst traffic court. Ran out of there. He run after me. This was in February. It was snow on the ground. He slipped and fell. They gave me assault and battery on the police officer.
For the fall or the push?
For the fall.
Oh no!
All right,
man.
I called Eddie Washington. He was in Springfield. I used Tory Newsom as a lawyer.
Yeah, okay, I know, Mr. Newsom.
And we fought that case for 3 years because they kept trying to. They knew about the murder in Alabama and they wanted to enhance that with that, but I had just got my pardon.
Yeah.
So they couldn't pull it up, but people knew about it.
Yeah.
Right? And it was known that, hey, he's already done killed the police and he done ran and he got in the car and, oh man, I fought that case, I fought hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Finally, after 3 years of fighting that case, I took a deal. I pleaded I pleaded that would allow me, it wasn't saying I was guilty or not guilty.
Oh, no contest.
Something like
that, yeah.
And because the judge kept, and I had a lot of letters. About he and I had been out here, I had a lot of letters from congressmen, even the judge's best friend wrote a letter on my behalf.
Okay, yeah.
And A lot of state reps, a lot of positive people wrote letters on my behalf. So at sentencing, first of all, the judge say, take a year in the penitentiary. I told him I'm not going to the penitentiary. I can't go to the penitentiary.
Yeah.
You know? And so all these letters came in. They flooded the judge. It was Judge Shane.
Mm-hmm.
And they flooded him with letters and stuff. And so he turned around and sentenced me to 6 months work release.
Yeah.
No, a year work release. A year work release. One of the highest probations you could get.
Yeah.
And then I had to take some classes. I think it was anger management or something. And 30 days in the county jail.
Yeah.
So I stayed 30 days in the county jail. They get me over to the work release. At that time, I wasn't working. So they let me go out and look for a job.
Yeah.
Not only did I get a job, but I got everybody in work release a job.
Yeah,
I found
for
a
sure.
company out here in Lake Bluff. They would hire anybody.
Yeah, okay.
So I called back, told them, man, send everybody over here. Everybody got a job.
So you the temp agency.
You know, I got everybody a job. Even the girls. I told them,
you the temp agency over there.
They get jobs.
Yeah,
too.
yes, sir.
So I'm emptying out the work release.
Yeah.
During the day.
Yeah,
we
for
leave
sure.
at 6 in the morning. Then I had it hooked up where I had to go to NA meetings and stuff like that. So when I leave at 6 in the morning, I have to return back to the work release until 9 at night.
Yeah,
which was cool. I'm tired. I done been to the crib and everything, right? You know, working everything. So plus I made all these meetings that they scheduled me to do, like anger management and everything like that. And then a holiday came up.
Yeah, okay.
We didn't have to go to work.
Yeah.
We was on lockdown at that work release. Couldn't nobody get out.
Mm.
These little young boys, they in there smoking, they wasn't smoking weed, they was smoking incense.
Oh, no.
You know, so the whole place get locked down.
How'd that work out for him?
I can't get out. I won't smoke cigarette. I smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
I gotta get out. They won't let me out. Okay, so I go give me some legal paper, write a motion.
Yeah.
You know, and I presented it to the judge. And my motion was to ask the judge to cut my work release, let me go. My wife had just got sick. My wife was really got neuropathy. She's sick. She can't, she falls. She's got a snoop walk. You know my wife, you seen that.
Yeah.
She have to walk with a cane and stuff like that. And sometimes she slip and fall.
Yeah.
You know. So, and that was one thing. I need to be home with her. And I wrote in there, I want to run for public office. And I can't run if I'm in a work release.
Yeah.
Judge Shane said, he done seen all kind of ways that people try to use to get out of work release.
Yeah.
Nobody ever used, I'm trying to run for public office.
Yeah.
He said, he granted it to me.
Mm-hmm.
He let me go.
Okay, for sure.
Now I gotta run for office for real. I wasn't trying to run for
Yeah,
office.
so he was just talking at first
I
sight.
trying to get out of work release.
Yeah.
So I gotta run for office. So I run for North Shore Sanitary District.
Yeah.
I lost the election by 22 votes.
Okay, yeah.
That was the first time I ran for a public office. I lost the election by 22 votes. But I had completed everything. And I saw Judge Shane in a restaurant. And I walked up to him. He was having dinner. I was there. This is later on, years afterwards. And I walked up to him and I said, "How you doing, Judge Shane?" He said, "Hello." I said, "You know who I am?" He said, "Yeah, you Clyde McLemore." By now, I'm all in the newspaper. I had started Black Lives Matter now.
Yeah.
And everything.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "I want to thank you." You know, he said, "You want to thank me?" I said, "You know, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't from you."
Yeah.
And he turned around and he said, "I'm going to tell you something. I've been following you."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I gave you the hardest thing Amal, because I wanted you to fail and I could send you to prison.
Yeah.
He said, but you didn't. And I want a little extra, because the counselor I had for anger management also did marriage counseling.
Okay, I got
So
you.
I took that too.
Yeah.
I told her, yeah, I take that too. He said, you went over and you went beyond.
Mm-hmm.
He said, he gave me what is it called, periodic probation or some
Okay.
kind. It's just kind of one of the hardest probations of them all.
Yeah.
You know, and he said, I did that on purpose because I figured you would mess it up and go to the penitentiary.
Yeah.
I said, man, I ain't trying to go to the penitentiary. He said, but I've been following you. And he just want to say, you've been doing a good job.
Yeah, for sure.
And
for
that meant
sure.
a lot to come from this white man who was going to send me to prison.
Yeah.
His main thing was to send me to prison. It was all over a fucking phone.
Yeah.
Me and the deputy today, he works downtown at the when he see me, we speak, we shake hands. We cool now.
Yeah. Yeah, but at the time it's just a little misunderstanding.
So, you know, they thought I was a young buck that just didn't give a damn. And at that time, this was a bad day. So, you know, there's been a lot of situations, you know, that I could say, God, I got an angel on my shoulder.
Yeah, you most definitely do, my
got
brother.
an
I can
angel
attest
on
to
my
you, and he ain't
shoulder,
done with you either.
You know,
He definitely not done with you.
I've been shot, I've been stabbed, I done been held at gunpoint, I've been hit in the face with a crowbar.
Yeah.
I done had a stroke, and I just last week found out I got an abnormal heartbeat.
Yeah.
But God keep waking me up every day.
Yeah, yeah, he needs you,
Send
man.
me
He
out
definitely
here.
using you to fullest
You know.
capacities right now, man.
You know.
I mean, you actually been doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because by all means, from what you've been through, man, I'm surprised you still here right now, ticking. Going good, too, man.
So
For sure.
I am really grateful.
Yes, sir.
And if there's anything I could change in my life, it would be that I wouldn't have shot that man.
Yeah, yeah. What you think
know.
you would have did different in that situation?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Me and the girl that I was protecting,
Mm-hmm.
we had a baby. We just lost him last year.
Yeah,
fentanyl
my
overdose.
condolences, yeah.
We still best of friends.
Yeah.
Today, you know, she growed up, she got in recovery, you know, and she doing her thing down there. I'm remarried,
Yeah.
you know, we got grandkids together.
Mm-hmm.
So we still see each other. Matter of fact, I'll see her this weekend.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
for
see
sure.
my grandkids while I'm there, you know. But I don't know. I can't say.
Yeah.
I can't say what I would have did different.
Yeah.
But if I could change something, that would be the only thing I would change.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Anything else in my life was done for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I would have wished I could have stayed in college.
Yeah.
I could have wished I could have stayed in the military.
Yeah.
I went to the military.
Yeah, for
30
sure.
goddamn days.
Oh, man.
I'm in basic training, right? And I went to the military because the little girlfriend I had at the time said she was pregnant.
Okay, yeah.
Well, my uncle said, you got to do something, so I went to the Army.
Yeah.
I happened to catch a phone call. You know, we didn't have cell phones then. We pay phone. I called back Chicago. She tell me, I miss you so much, but it was just late.
Okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't pregnant. And man, I went to my company commander and I turned around and said, I can't do this.
Yeah. So
know,
you had
let
to
me
get up out of there.
Let me up out of here. So they gave me a general honor. Stupidest thing in the world I ever did. You know why?
Yeah.
Because when I got out the military, I wasn't out a year before I did my first prison beat.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it kept you on the right
You
path
know,
standing there.
I'm in military probably, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know what had happened if I stayed in the military.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying I wished I had her.
yeah. Well, I mean, for me, I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the police officer, the military, everything. I don't think you'd be here right now like you is outside doing what you do if none of that happened like that. You know what I'm saying? So personally, I appreciate you, man. I've always looked up to you. I think you're a smart brother, regardless of what kind of education you had. Man, you a smart brother, man. Most definitely, and you definitely got God's hands on you, man. But I want to thank you for the interview too, man. You know what I'm saying? Telling your story.
And I'm sorry it's so hard to get me, man. I be so damn busy.
Nah, man, I be busy too, man. When it happened, it happened, you know. But then I know I hit you a couple weeks ago and you said you was in the hospital, so I wasn't even gonna press nothing too much, you know. Just when you get ready, get ready. Health is wealth, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We need you on the streets more than we need this interview, though.
Right.
I sure appreciate it, though. I'm gonna get you a closing real quick, man.
All right, bro.
We gonna get up out of here. I want to thank y'all for tuning to the Tattoo Room Unfiltered. I'm the host with the most. Y'all just heard from Clyde himself about his life and his story and where we're now. Hopefully y'all ain't got to go through that like he did, and you can learn something to listen before it happened. I want y'all to live as long as y'all want, never want as long as y'all live. Plenty much love to the next time. Yes, sir. Yeah, man.